In this video, we tackle major factors that you should consider when choosing a school in Canada. Hello everyone, this is Ricey and welcome to my channel, The Quest for Wealth. The first one is, of course, the institution will have to be a designated learning institution, or what we call DLI as an acronym. If you do not know the DLIs here within Canada, I will link that description in the description box, and you will find that the DLIs within Canada, it is absolutely important. That is the very first step before you consider a course, even consider the application, documentations and whatnot. The very first question is which school, and the very first answer is it must be a designated learning institution, and from there you move forward. The second one is the province where your school is located at should certainly be PR friendly for students. This province should certainly have various avenues when it comes to PR application for students when they finish their programs. Let me cite one example here. For example, in Ontario have got Ontario International Student Stream program, wherein with this stream a student have got the opportunity to apply for PR if the person or the applicant or the student is sponsored by a certain employer, and the student and the employer adhere to the various eligibility requirements for the application of PR of the student. Now, what you have to consider is that Ontario is a thoroughly and properly competitive market. It's a very competitive province. There are many people who are highly educated, highly skilled, and there are so many options for employers within the Ontario province when it comes to hiring people, and therefore it becomes your opportunity to be hired for a certain job or a certain position is it can be limited really because of the number of competition that you have. What you want is for a certain for the level of competition to be not so steep, because if it is steep, and then your opportunity to be hired and be sponsored by an employer becomes truly difficult. Now, there are other less popular provinces within Canada. For example, is Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has a post-graduation work permit program that provides eligible international graduating students with an opportunity to work in Canada for up to 3 years. And 3 years is absolutely not bad at all. You can do a lot of things within 3 years. You can find an employer who can sponsor you to be a permanent resident within that 3 years. You can even apply for express entry for your PR with the express entry account within that 3 years. And even the Canadian education stream, I believe that is what it's called, you can also apply for that within 3 years. This is in Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan is not a very popular province really, but then you will have to open your mind and your heart when it comes to living in less popular province in Canada. Aside from Saskatchewan being less popular, it is also not so competitive because people in the past have not really chosen to live in Saskatchewan, much like New Brunswick really, and PEI and Newfoundland in the Atlantic region. People who come to Canada would rather live in Ontario, Alberta, BC, you know, the normal usual suspects. But the problem is those provinces become so competitive that if you are a student and you want employment and there is steep competition within the region that you live in, then the prospects of employment becomes very steep. And this is one thing that I believe is worth considering if you are considering of moving to Canada on student visa. Another interesting program with Saskatchewan is the Saskatchewan Graduate Retention Program. Anyone who graduates in 2007 or later from an approved program at an eligible institution and lives in Saskatchewan is eligible to apply for the Graduate Retention Program. The program provides income tax credits of up to $20,000 of tuition fees paid by the eligible graduate. And you know what's interesting about this is that even international graduates are part of this program. International graduates can apply for up to $20,000 tax credit, and 20,000 is it's not bad. Quite obviously, there are other requirements or eligibility requirements. You will have to have a look and truly understand and evaluate these requirements for yourself. Now, I will link the website of the Saskatchewan program here in the description box in order for you to better understand it for yourself. And Saskatchewan have got another program which is truly interesting as well. Even if you did not finish your program within Saskatchewan or from a Saskatchewan institution, you can still apply for a PR in Saskatchewan just as long as you have a job offer from an approved Saskatchewan employer and you do have a post-graduation work permit, amongst other things. Again, the nits and bits of this program will have to be read and reread and reread again by yourself in order for you to truly understand what are the eligibility requirements. The link will be in the description box. Another province that is less popular is, well, here where I live in New Brunswick. Here in New Brunswick, it certainly is a province which is very friendly with PR application for students or international students. There are various pathways for people to explore to be able to apply for PR. There is the NB Skilled Worker Stream, the NB Express Entry Stream. If you are a French speaker, the government has a specific program you can apply called the NB Strategic Initiative Stream. And of course, there is the AIPP stream. Another province that is part of the Atlantic provinces is Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia has got different pathways as well. The Nova Scotian Nomination Program Skilled Worker Stream, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, the Nova Scotia Nomination Program Experience Express Entry, the NSNP International Graduate Entrepreneur. And these are just some of the pathways that I have researched on. I am not able to go into the nitsy-bitsy details of all these pathways, but I do plan to get into truly understanding this, and I would share my understanding of these various pathways with you in my future videos. The point of the matter is that if you will choose a school, you have to consider that the location of the school or the province where the school is located at must have various avenues for PR application for a student. Essentially, if the province is not so friendly when it comes to PR application for the student, then you are essentially limiting your opportunity to be a PR within Canada. You do not need to settle in a popular province. You do not need to settle in a highly known province. What you need is a province that will embrace you, a province that will welcome you, a province that provides various pathways for you to be a permanent resident of Canada. And there are provinces that provide this, but these provinces are not popular. And it is better for you to come to a less popular province because, well, you are welcome here. People and the government have got various avenues and pathways for you to be a PR, and you better exploit it, better explore the possibilities here within the Atlantic region and even in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has got truly interesting pathways. I believe that they're really worth looking at. And if you are serious enough to be a student here within Canada and then PR, looking at Saskatchewan, I believe, is something that you have to consider. Thank you very much indeed. I hope that you gained value in this video and in my channel. I certainly hope to see you in my next video.